Okay, we are back. Thank you for staying tuned. And those who are just now turning to this station, you're watching In the Upper Room, and I'm your host for tonight, Michael Riley. And I am so privileged and so pleased to introduce our first guest this evening, my friend. This is the author of encouraging inspirational poems, Sister Lynnette Shorts Kornegay. Welcome to In the Upper Room.
Thank you for having me.
Oh man, it's so blessed to see you.
Good to see you again, Mike.
And I'm glad that you stayed in touch with me because I know you've been busy.
Yes.
You have a lot of things going on. And, you know, it was a blessing for me to be able to get back in touch with you. And I do apologize for the lag of my getting back in touch, but we already talked about that.
Yes.
And I've been following you on Facebook. Yes, I have.
Yes, you have.
And seeing a lot of the feedback that you've been getting from this inspirational book here.
Yes.
If we can get a shot of that, I'm just going to hold it up. This is a beautiful, beautifully designed book. Well, they got it up on the screen now. That's fine, but it's a great, great image, and it's a tree in the shape of a heart, and just fabulously done.
Thank you.
Yes, and so this, I would like you to tell our audience, and myself too, what was your inspiration for doing the book, and what is it that you want people to take away from reading the book?
Well, like I said, it's inspirational poems, so it's all about the Lord, the goodness of the Lord.
Right.
Because it says encouraging inspirational poems showing the goodness of the Lord, and this you have to see.
Yes.
And the book, too, will uplift, it will encourage others, some that may be down on their luck, or just maybe need some words of encouragement, because that's the purpose of the book.
Right.
We touched a bit on our conversation on, too, the focus on how people treat people.
Okay, yes.
And, you know, some people may not realize how they treat people.
True.
But some people treat people as they're not important.
Yes.
Low people on the totem pole. But we, too, can rise to the occasion. And as I started writing just a few poems, and I give hats off to Wayna.
Yeah.
Because I had just did the Prayer of Hope poem at her Don't Count Me Out conference in November. And the vision of the book wasn't even there yet.
Right.
And like I said, I wrote that poem. And how I finished that poem, I had started the Prayer of Hope poem several months ago. Then I had a pit bull experience. I go to Canaan Baptist Church with the Reverend Dr. Christopher Allen Bullock.
Right.
It's my pastor. And I had just come home from the veterans meeting for veterans service, and the children were throwing rocks at a pit bull.
Right.
The pit bull got off its leash, and he couldn't get the children, so he came after me and the girl. And with me having back surgery, and I still have so much trouble trying to get around the car, and somebody just happened to see the pit bull trying to get us and opened the door and let us in their house. So I seen my life flash before me. Okay. And so 3 o'clock the next morning, I was finishing the Prayer of Hope poem. And I give shout out to my sister, Dr. Jackie Jenkins. She works for Mayor Williams. But, I was hysterical, the next day. Couldn't sleep, and I still have already had trouble sleeping, so I have even more trouble now. Yeah. Because I did see actually my life flash before me, because if the pit bull had gotten me, you already know how that story could have ended. Right. So everybody that called me, had numerous prayers. I cried with my sister. She called me that morning and did prayer. And then I had text Pastor Bullock, and when he called me, when I seen his face light up on my phone, I just bust out crying, because I really couldn't get myself together behind that experience. And I continued writing on from there. And that's how it started, because when I was younger, I dabbed a little. I don't consider myself a poet. I consider myself a child of God. All right. So I just kept writing, and then my girlfriend of mine, Marcel Perkins Holmes, had I was up to poem 7. She said, "You need to contact my publisher." And then too, making me think outside the box, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have never done anything to that magnitude before. And as Jackie has said, as God gave me the vision, He too gave me the provision. So I said, well, let me think out, and I put that into my into the book as one of her quotes, because I understood where she was coming from when she said that. So when, I kept on writing and writing and writing, and then, when I contacted her publisher, Glenda Wallace with Pincus Publishing, they're in Biloxi, Mississippi. I had many of emails, phone calls, texts, just because they're not here. You see, what I've gotten accomplished.
Yeah.
And it's huge for me.
Yeah. It was so interesting because when I saw you in the green room this evening, now this was my first time seeing your
The
actual book.
Yes.
And when I picked it up, or you handed it to me, and I looked at it, and I know how much this means to you to be able to put your vision and your voice into a presentation that you already know. You already know that it's going to touch a lot of people's lives. It's going to inspire a lot of people. So it was almost like there was a spirit within this book. And I felt the chill go up my arm, and I felt a tear come to my eye for some reason, because I know what it's like when you have inspiration from God, and it needs to get out. And I know what it's like when you can actually see it come to life, And so that is the true spirit that is within you.
And it's strange that you said that, because when they sent me 5 complimentary books, when I got those 5 complimentary books in my hand, I just bust out crying, because to see that actual book, when I called the publisher crying, Glenda, I can't believe this is something that I've done.
I know.
Like she had said, my first book order would be here Tuesday, and that's 100 books. And it's for the signing. I have a book signing at H. Fletcher Brown Girls and Boys Club, Saturday, March 5th, from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So if anybody that's interested in coming, that may see me on the show now, you're more than happy to come, because I have those 100 books are coming on Tuesday. Then the following week I have another 100 that's coming. So the book is already on Amazon Bookstore. It's on Barnes and Noble. Just type in the title, Encouraging Inspirational Poems. Put my name, Lynnette Shorts Kornegay. And the reason why I did that, and I know that's going to catch some know Lynnette Shorts, some know Lynnette Kornegay.
Right.
So I did Lynnette Shorts Kornegay to make sure it's me.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. So, you're able to do that. The books are $12.95, and we'll be selling them at the book signing. So, I reached out to many.
Right.
For support, some that, have not gotten back with me. I invited all those, especially who are running for office, for their community support. So I do appreciate you bringing me on, though.
Oh, it was a pleasure. And at home, I pray that you will come out and support the book signing on March the 5th at Brown's Boys Club.